$800 billion of CARES Act 1 money at SBA. That could be a $5,000 stimulus check that could go out right now. Mitch McConnell wants you to have stimulus, doesn't want to run up the national debt. It makes categorical great sense. Then, he wants to give you $300 a week for FPUC and extend your UI and PUA. That would be $7,000 retroactive to late July, but the Temple Doom comes out today saying, negotiate with me, after yesterday saying she wasn't going to do anything but her way or the highway. Breaking news across the board as a mixed message comes from the two people that originally pushed Mitch McConnell out of the negotiations. This is so confusing, and it's being a Mitch. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Being a Mitch, in which we go over what's going on with Mitch McConnell and your money. Is he trying to take your money? Is he trying to give it to the lobsters? Is he at the casino getting more $12 ice cream? I'm giving you all the details and the exciting news about the CARES Act 1 money that can be repurposed as a $5,000 stimulus check right now, with more money coming back to the federal government in the next few days that could add to the stimulus check. If you've not subscribed, please do. Go to the front of the channel, subscribe, because no one's getting you money right now. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 days from now, not 5 months from now, but right now. Also, like this video. In this video, I'll be going over what's going on with Mitch, Nancy, and Chuck, and why were the comments today so contradictory to even just a few hours ago. Moreover, I'm going to explain to you how you could get money from Mitch right now if everyone on the Democratic side would just wake up and understand that people need $7,000 as back pay that was offered to them by Mitch and that the Temple Doom turned down. It's all really exciting and a little bit confusing, but I'm going to make it simple for you in this video. And let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that Mitch McConnell offered a lot that was summarily rejected by the Temple Doom many times with her way or the highway, and now she's coming back groveling saying, you know what? Talk to me, Mitch. It's a little bit ironic because less than 24 hours ago she said, just give my way the highway. The same day, yesterday, Joe Biden said, I want a spirit of bipartisan support. I want people to work across the aisle and simply just pass Nancy Pelosi's bill. Excuse me, but that sounds like her way or the highway. Today, the narrative changed with Nancy Pelosi saying to Mitch McConnell, please negotiate with me. Sound a little strange? It is. Let me explain what's going on. In the summer, in early May, Nancy Pelosi drafted the HEROES Act. The HEROES Act was passed in the House, then landed in the Senate. Mitch McConnell says, I don't like it. It was too big. It was a behemoth. In fact, retrospectively, even now, Democrats, Republicans, and viewers of this channel hate the bill. And Nancy Pelosi to this day thinks that it's a winning bill. It's not. It's why she lost Senate seats and House seats from the Democrats. It's too big a bill. So in the months that followed thereafter, she and Steve Mnuchin were negotiating for your stimulus check because she specifically said, I want Mitch McConnell out of the room. I'm never going to negotiate with him because he's the problem that I never had my HEROES Act passed in the Senate. Now, months later, she wants to talk to Mitch like it's her long-lost buddy. Sound a little ironic? It is. But there's a twist. Mitch McConnell on the other side offered a series of bills that had problems in them, but also had very good things in them. Mitch McConnell wanted to give you a stimulus check, but didn't include it. Wanted to give you FPUC and did include it. Wanted to give you UI extension and PUA and did include it. Wanted to give you eviction moratorium, but didn't include it, but the president cleaned it up with an executive order. Wanted to give you a mortgage forbearance, didn't include it, but the president fixed it with executive order. So you see there were several times where Mitch said he was going to include something, but didn't include it, but ultimately it was fixed by the president. Finally, when that sort of settled down, Mitch said, I'll do the problem solvers bill. The most bipartisan agreements available. Lindsey Graham, number 2 and number 3 Republican in the Senate, said, I'll do the problem solvers bill. In fact, it's hard to find a Republican who says, I won't do the problem solvers bill. So yesterday, the Temple of Doom said, you know what? Give me my $3.4 trillion heroes bill that no one likes and get it passed right now. Has it not settled in that you lost seats because no one wants that bill? It gives viewers of this channel literally almost no money. It doesn't give the viewers of this channel nearly anything, and she's asking for the same bill. Mitch didn't respond. Of course, on the other side, Mitch McConnell said that the first item of business, after winning his Kentucky seat for re-election for his 7th term, the only 6th senator in U.S. history to ever do something, said the first item of business was passing a stimulus relief package. Well, have you seen it? No. That was over a week ago. The president on Saturday said, do a stimulus relief right now. And so yesterday, after Nancy Pelosi said, you know what, do a relief package that I want, today she says, now negotiate with me. She doesn't say Steve Mnuchin negotiate with me. She doesn't say President Trump negotiate with me. She says Mitch McConnell negotiate with me. But what does she really want? The problem is that Mitch McConnell's offers for you would have given you thousands and thousands of dollars, and that even if there is no stimulus check in his offers, you would have had $7,000 in your pocket. You would have had thousands of other dollars because he offered you a lot and she turned it down. Let's go to the problem solvers bill, which is really one of the big focuses of this channel since day one. Mitch McConnell agreed to the problem solvers bill. Nancy Pelosi refused to do the problem solvers bill. Why? Because Andrew Cuomo and Gavin Newsom don't get enough money in there. The problem solvers bill was to give you $2,400 in stimulus checks if you're on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, railroad benefits, if you're employed or unemployed, if you're an adult, if you are an adult dependent or minor dependent. Does that number sound familiar to you, $2,400? It should. It's exactly what Joe Biden wants to give viewers on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, and railroad benefits as an emergency stimulus check right now. His amount is exactly what the problem solvers offered you. Next, the problem solvers wanted to give you $450 a week for 8 weeks of FPUC and then 5 weeks of $600. How many weeks is this? It's literally 13 to 15. It's about 13 weeks of about a blended approximately $500 a week. You can do the math. It's about $7,000 alone. Actually, it's more than that. It's about $8,000 of FPUC. Then they want to extend UI, which is expiring in December. They want to extend FPEUC, which is expiring in December. And one of the Temple Doom says, I'm holding out for exactly an extra $150 a week. Otherwise, you can have zero. Sound logical? No. So, here's the good news. The good news is that there's CARES Act 1 money that can be repurposed and sent out as a stimulus check, as a standalone bill that makes everyone really happy. On the weekend, Chuck Todd on Meet the Press asked Biden's team, said, why don't you just do a standalone bill to get some money out to people? People need a couple $1,000s right now to make it through the holidays. They send them out some thousands of dollars each household, each individual right now. This would solve a lot of problems. Deal with your other stuff like state and local thereafter. There was no response to it. And the problem that we have today is that you need thousands of dollars right now, and that the state's inability to balance the budget can be done in a few weeks after this. And the way this works is with CARES Act 1 money. And here's the twist. There's actually more than $800 billion. As you saw in the earlier recording this afternoon out of the Minnesota newspaper, they showed that, hey, they have to use or lose this CARES Act 1 $150 billion of money right now. Otherwise, it's going back to the federal government. And some of it has gone back. So there isn't just $800 billion of CARES Act 1 money for a stimulus check. There's actually more. $800 billion is a $5,000 stimulus check. $5,000 could be sent out to you by repurposing SBA PPP unused money. Why does this work for Republicans and Democrats? This is why it works. Because Republicans don't want to raise the national debt. They don't want to spend more money. Guess what? This is free money because it has already been spent on PPP. You don't have to spend it again. It's something that's sitting around that has already been spent on. You just resend it out for someone else. Now, stimulus checks. It meets the criterion of what the Republicans in the Senate want to do, and it meets the focuses of the Democrats of what they want to do. And this is why this makes so much sense. This is the only channel that has been talking about this ad nauseum, trying to get this message out loud and clear. Now, where did you first hear this message even before this channel? You heard it from the president when he said there was $300 billion of CARES Act 1 money that's sitting at SBA. Then you heard it from Steve Mnuchin when he said it on television and then said it in a letter written to Nancy Pelosi. Please just do a standalone bill to repurpose that CARES Act 1 money and send it out. And he identified it with a bigger number. We know it's at SBA, we know it's at PPP, and we know that it's unused and can be repurposed. The only thing we don't know about is how much money it is. But today's reporting is suggesting that it's actually going higher than $800 billion. So why can't we just get something so simple and so simply done? There's a lot of relief that millions of Americans need right now. And what's interesting, and that no one is talking about it until I bring about up today, is that a balanced budget needs to be done in just a few weeks from now. Remember the balanced budget from September, where we thought that the balanced budget would be tied to your stimulus relief? Well, this time around, here comes that balanced budget again. It needs to be done. And there's indication that perhaps the balanced budget would cause the people to get the stimulus relief done at the same time. You don't have to do a comprehensive stimulus relief. All you have to do for now is a very big, bold stimulus check of thousands of dollars. Then unemployment benefits. Then an eviction moratorium, which is zero. It costs no money. Finally, a mortgage forbearance. If you do all that, people would survive from now to January. Thousands of dollars is what the difference makes, and then you focus on everything else you need. What's important to understand, and has never got through to the Democrats, is that they simply want to have everything done in one fall swoop, and there's certain emergency things that have to be done right now. A stimulus check and unemployment. What I've been doing on this channel is find you money right now. Not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, but right now. And what's important to understand is that the wragglings of McConnell, Trump, Pelosi, and Schumer just causes situations to go longer. The offers made by McConnell over the summer would have given you $7,000. You would not be homeless now. You would not be facing homelessness. You would not be facing problems about unable to pay rent and pay electric bills. He also offered to extend unemployment. He offered to extend UI. And then if you look at the Problem Solver bill from September, that offered you a $2,400 stimulus check in 2 payments over 2 periods. It offered you additional relief that would carry you into January of next year. And what was the response? The response is it's a partisan bill written by Republicans. Earth to Mars, it was written by Republicans and Democrats. So as we sit here today, what could happen? Well, ultimately, people are wondering if this is becoming a pony show, a dog and pony show for 2 seats in Georgia, or if those 2 seats in Georgia will actually put the cart before the horse. Why? Because both sides have to pass stimulus right now, or what happens in January is people are going to vote against the party that didn't give them stimulus. What's my opinion? My opinion is relief has to come right now. It's too late to wait any longer. Too many things are expiring in December. People can't be can't be without unemployment or UI or PUA. Moreover, Purple Power, do your thing. Not only tag elected officials in the federal government, but also tag your states. States can do extended unemployment benefits, which is called extension of unemployment benefits in some states, or EB. What they can do is extend the number of weeks of coverages. Every state has a certain number of weeks of unemployment and also unemployment benefits. By law, under their constitution, they can extend those weeks of benefits. They have in some states, and they can also extend them further. Under the Obama-Biden administration, unemployment in some states went on for 2 to 3 years. So the fact that unemployment assistance in the face of a pandemic is expiring in 6 months, it doesn't make sense. It's just making people confused. What's going on? Why are unemployment benefits in the middle of a pandemic expiring in 6 months when they usually go on for years? With that, if you have questions in today's video, drop them in the comments below. But also, join me on Purple Power Live. Tonight at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, it follows Check. Evening Check will have big updates about what's going on with money you can get right now. That's at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, stay informed, stay focused, stay smiling. Go to the Funds channel, subscribe, because I want you to make sure you get an alert when a new video goes live. Also like this video. As always, stay informed, stay positive, and stay up LA for more.